Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today we are going to look at some of the funny cars that I have built, some of the plastic model funny cars. And what really started this inspiration is that guy standing up right there, Rob Passy. He and I went to high school together, and he was driver of a flopper for a while. But more recently, he has been the pilot or driver of the MSP dragster that you might have seen it run on the West Coast. You might have seen it in Vegas, but Rob drives that dragster. Actually got this slick from him, autographed a while back. And, well, of course, I had to build a model of his particular dragster. So, other than the fact it's not wired very well, this is the model I built of it. Now, I wanted to create this little world in 1/24 scale of if I had my own shop. So I'll call it Nostalgia Drag Racing Sales and Service. And I got this, it's like an MPC kit of a garage. And you can see I've decorated the inside of it all up there, pictures and whatnot. I got the charger for sale out front. That's kind of fun. Looks kind of like the burn notice charger. But anyway, so we'll go over the shop in a different video. But just so you know, I've got that. And each shop, well, what do you need? You need a vehicle at your shop, right, to go get parts and whatnot. Well, I've got this tow truck that I built and put my logo and my markings on it. 1-800-555-1969 Nostalgia Drag Racing Sales and Service. So the logo on the hood, I use this on several of the models I do. And there's all this stuff in the back of the tow truck, just like a good old tow truck should have. Now, the official shop truck would be the Little Red Express truck here. I love the Little Red Express. One of my absolutely favorite trucks from the 1970s. And, of course, a blower and a few other parts here in the back that we've had to go shag for the store. We've got the Coke machine out front there. And there's also this one that I built, this Dodge truck here. So anyway, yeah, this was a wheelie stander that I converted. So let's get into what we're going to talk about today. The funny cars today, they come from the inspiration comes from this game I got from my son Kyle back in 2010, the NHRA drag racing game. And as I was playing that game, they had some really cool looking funny cars and dragsters, but particularly funny cars. And it inspired me to kind of freelance and do some of my own. So I get on eBay and I find a bunch of bodies that were pretty cheap, and some bodies and chassis that were pretty cheap. And I'd get these, for $20-25 for a lot like this. And these are that Oldsmobile from the late 80s, early 90s body style. There's a Plymouth there, a Plymouth Duster, but that's for a different story. Here's the ad as it appeared on eBay, and I went and put in the bid on this particular one, and I won it. So anyway, a lot of what you're going to see here is just bodies I got off of eBay. So we'll start out with, I decided to do a full throttle funny car. Built the wings on the back, did all of these decals on my printer and printed them out on decal paper. That's why they aren't quite perfect. You can kind of see the little white edge around them. I should have done better. Anyway, did this black one with the red, and that's my full throttle flopper. And I think I've got a couple of different chassis that I've tried it out on. You can tell by the different blower hats. A lot of these chassis will have the two wheelie bars in the back, and quite a few of them I've done the one wheelie bar in the back, and those are all scratch built by me. And a lot of the engine parts and whatnot I have resin cast. So anyway, there's the full throttle car. It's a Firebird. And here's the chassis that I wound up with on it with the twin wheelie bars. Here's one that I decided to do Monster Energy. Kind of painted it a carbon fiber looking color. Did the M's by hand, and then the Monster logos. Well, yeah, I printed those on the printer, and you can see they're black, and the car isn't quite black anyway. But custom made the wing there on the back. This one I had a lot of fun with though, this Powerade. So I masked off this Firebird funny car body, and I sprayed this blue with some white highlights. Custom made the fins on the back there. Made the Powerade decals again on my printer. Yeah, I know that's always the part that isn't as good on these. Again, one of these single wheelie bar chassis I got, and this blower hat's a little bit different. This is one of those newer carbon fiber style that I had made a resin copy of. The Mervinator. The driver's the Mervinator. And here's the chassis. And you can see the blanket that's there on the blower. I don't have straps on it, and I don't have it all wired up. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't spend that kind of time on yet. But I do like how this one turned out. This is one of my favorites. You'll notice on the fender wells there's some little lips that I had put on there, and this is a custom thing that I had done with some sheet styrene. Trying to get them a little bit more accurate looking as far as the the actual Firebird funny car bodies. And here you go, all three of them together in front of the shop with the roof off the shop. Well, I like them. They look pretty good. I think there's actually a full throttle car in that game. I can't remember though. But it was fun to do these drink cars anyway. All right, so there was one that was like Neutron Auto Sales or something. And I decided to paint this with this green Imron paint that I have. I've painted a Ford truck with it. This is actually what came off my 72 Highboy truck was this paint. This is leftover paint from that, with just some yellow stripes that I masked things off after the green had dried and then painted it on. You'll notice here I've done some of the bracing. I didn't do this on all the bodies, but on quite a few of them I do the bracing. This one though I actually wired up. Got that nice blower hat on there, and I like the way this looks. By the way, that MRP or MSP logo on the front, on the hood, is the same one that is on Rob Passey's dragster. So, all right, then I went off to this one. I decided I wanted to do some skulls, and I did this with a Sharpie pen. Just tried it out to see how it would look with these little bit of flames and these skulls in there. I'm not sure how I like it. I mean, I like it, but I think I could have done a little bit better with the skulls. This is the first time, though, I'd ever tried an art project like that. And if I had used something different than the Sharpie, probably would have turned out better. This was on a Dodge body. And you can see how I've added the wings in the back. Oh yeah, and there's a Punisher decal right on the very back wing there. That was kind of fun. The Avenger. Anyway, for my first shot, trying something like this, yeah, not too bad. Could have been better. All right, so this was a Pinto funny car that I got in a lot, and it was pretty nasty. I had to strip the paint off, and I painted this up with the kind of a brownish maroon, then the yellow with some faded kind of a red along the edge, And then this muscle bound was a decal that I got out of some kit. And you can see how this turned out. I really like the look of this Pinto funny car. This is kind of in the nostalgia series that I like to do. The little shotgun intake there on top of the blower. So this would be more of your nostalgia drag racing type of funny car here. I do like how it turned out. You'll notice the decal that was on the tow truck is here on the hood, just trimmed a little bit better. So I use this quite often as a logo. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. There will be more in this series coming up later on in the year. Thanks for joining us today.